It's time for a change.
I'm telling you right now, this is gonna skyrocket.
Enough with the suits.
Warren Buffett? More like Little Miss Muffet.
This is the digital age.
Transfer my money or I swear to...
The power is at your fingertips.
I'm up $2,000 today, and I kid you not, I've got no clue why.
Welcome to CorTrades.
All right, we're back. New format. Gonna go with a bi-weekly pod. I've still been trading, but I haven't really kind of figured out what I wanted to do with this space. It's a crucial sector, right? Because finance is interesting. It can be boring, but that's what we're here for, to try and make this boring subject matter interesting with these guys here. Austin Platts, of course, rejoining, and Brendan, our third voice. We like the three-man dynamic, and of course, our resident finance guy, right?
Yes, actually just accept our new job back in finance again. I mean, it's like on the advising side, not analytics, but still.
Right. But us three do like to kind of analyze the market. You guys are both deep into crypto, right, Austin?
Yeah, I've said this before. The regular market just doesn't get my juices flowing enough.
Well, come on. How about this? Tesla hits 1,200. You remember I kind of said that back in like the spring? I'm like, well, think about this. It was 400 a year ago. November last time, and then just even a month ago it was at 800. So obviously the news that hit was Hertz is buying 100,000 Teslas because we're going to EV as a nation. Like these cars that we have now, gas powered vehicles, are eventually going to be extinct. So kind of a heady play by Hertz, but that just sent the stock skyrocketing for Tesla.
Hertz, like mustard Hertz?
Hertz rental car agency.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes. Yeah. Wait, were you thinking of Heinz ketchup?
Yeah.
I was going to say, what mustard is Hertz?
Good Lord. But yeah, so I mean, Tesla now, that's the company. I think it joined an exclusive club as being 1,000 price. It's currently at 1,200 now as of today.
How do we know how many shares of Tesla Elon owns?
I can only imagine more than 50%, right? Like he's got to be crazy. It's how did this work too? Because Bitcoin's obviously helping Tesla because this was the past year he added it to the balance sheet. So it's like as Bitcoin does well, that's technically Tesla doing well and making money along with that. Does anyone have any insight on that?
I think it's less than 5%, but it is crazy that he has almost $100 billion more than Jeff Bezos. And remember, It wasn't too long ago when Jeff Bezos hit 100 billion or someone hit 100 billion and we're like, holy shit, 100. And now he's almost at 300 billion. He's probably over 300 billion now.
What's crazy is Berkshire Hathaway, people forget, like that's the most expensive stock in the US and it's like $490,000. It's like, how do you even purchase one of those? That's a house.
Yeah. They refuse to split it because it's an old time whatever. I had Tesla before the split. I don't know, it was like a little over a year ago.
Right.
And that's crazy. It's tripled in a year. That's nuts.
Insane. Yeah. So again, Tesla, and here's kind of the new format. We'll break down some headlines you'll find interesting. I'm going to do like some picks as well. And we'll get into all that. We'll talk about your crypto portfolio, but it's crazy. Tesla hits 1,200. We'll see how it goes. Everything's hitting all-time highs. This was interesting to me. Amazon Fire TV has added TikTok. So now you can watch it on your TV.
What?
Amazon Fire Stick. Crazy.
When did that happen?
This week.
How did it affect the stock price at all?
Amazon's actually been getting crushed lately because Bezos got kicked upstairs, right? They've got a new CEO and they had the growth of the pandemic. So, it went so high and now people are starting to go back to stores, back to normal life. And that apparently hurt Amazon's, I think, most recent earnings. But they're still smart,
Yeah.
Can you even do Twitter or Instagram on the Fire Stick?
You cannot. That's why it's interesting because this is pure videos. And I'm interested to see how it's going to look format wise. I haven't tested it out in theory.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
All right. Give me the deets. Bitcoin at all-time highs. Ethereum at all-time highs. You guys must be riding pretty high.
Yeah, I'm I'm on fire right now. Every time I look at my portfolio, it's like up another grand.
Yes.
I think my main holding by far is Chainlink. I know Brennan's invested in this pretty heavily too. I think he might have to sorry, I'm getting a call. I don't know if he can still invest in crypto after he gets this new job, but
On the DL.
we're deep in Chainlink. We're deep in Ethereum. Those are my main two, really.
Yeah, my main one is definitely Chainlink as well. And the only other crypto I own is actually Bitcoin, but I have pretty much everything in Chainlink right now. We have a buddy down here who is like super into crypto, puts like all of his paycheck into cryptocurrency, and is like adamant on the fact that it's going to 10x quarter next year.
I've never heard of Chainlink. Is that new?
It's a very underrated crypto. They call it an oracle, so it connects the blockchain to like real world companies, and one can't function without the other. It's kind of like the Wi-Fi. So people like overlook it, and we think that it'll come up in a big way out of nowhere.
Well, just look at what platform do you guys use too? Because isn't it like you have a digital wallet, or there's so many now?
I use Gemini personally, just an app.
Okay. Interesting.
I use a bunch. I use crypto.com, Coinbase, Bitstamp, eToro. You ever heard that?
No, but so do you have to kind of pull up like 4 tabs every day just to see what's going on different spots?
So I used to. It was terrible. And then I got this app called Coin Market Cap.
Okay.
And you can just type in like what you own, and it just tells you where you're at.
See, I'm still a little bit more traditional here because I'm, on the usual stock market. So I appreciate your guys' insight into all things crypto because it's crazy. Crypto.com is a sponsorship with the UFC now, where it's on all their fighting uniforms. Brady's giving the fan who got his ball of flipping him an imaginary Bitcoin, like Rodgers is giving him away. It's crazy. NFL players are getting paid in it.
I was going to say, no, go ahead. Actually,
I was just moving on. But I do have a question for you, Brennan, because Loan Depot, this is a company, it's LDI on the stock market. It just went public. The reason I know them because they bought the stadium rights to the Miami Marlins, park. It's a Loan Depot stadium. They were up 20% on Monday. SoFi is another company that retail investors like. The loan business is hot right now. I don't really understand it though. I mean, it's like free money, right? Because you just charge so much interest.
Yeah, dude, to be honest, I don't really fucking understand it either.
Yeah.
I know you were coming to me for insight there, but
hey, that's fine.
Kind of over my head.
Wait, so you're saying that the banks loan out money?
It's just like it's a company that's just, it'll give you a loan. I think it's personal loans, it's business loans. Yeah, it's essentially like, hey, we'll front you the money. You got to pay it back over this. But the reason we're a company and we're so profitable is we make money by charging this price on how you pay it back, or if you're late paying it back.
And you can just invest in this company.
Exactly. They just went public. I think their SoFi is in the 20s, I think. It's been hot on CNBC Market Watch. Loan Depot is actually only at $9.
So my question is, like, if you go bankrupt and like can't pay back your loans, like I know it kills your credit, but like, what about the loan company? Like, did they just not get the money?
Yeah, I think, if you like declare bankruptcy, I think they just get fucked. That's why if you have like lower credit, they'll charge you a higher interest rate because they're taking on more risk.
And it could be settled in court, right? I feel like bankruptcy has to they will get their money, I'm pretty sure, but it has to be through something. They could like take your possessions, right?
Yeah. There's like collateral loans where, they'll make you put up, let's say your house, if you don't pay it back or something. I think it varies just on like the loan type and what the conditions of the loan are.
Yeah.
But it's probably so minimal, the amount of people that like go bankrupt, that they probably still make so much fucking money just off regular interest.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of bankrupt, what's going on with OPTI here? It was actually up 25% today, but I'm down 92% since I jumped in, which is $110, which is worth $7 now. The stock price is 1 cent. What's happening?
Yeah, I looked yesterday. I was down 89%, so I guess I'm back up a little bit today.
Wait, I can't believe you guys are still in it.
Yeah, I mean, it was $110. It's funny looking at it in my portfolio.
Oh my God, it's 1 cent. I should have told you guys.
What happened to it?
So it got all the way up to 50 cents. Remember that?
We got in at the super high when you guys, it was crazy.
Yeah, and me and Aaron had like over 100,000 coins at one point, or not coins, shares. But there's something sketchy happened. It turns out the CEO lied about how many shares he had, and reported that he had like 500,000 or something, when in reality he only had like 25. So there's some shady shit going on.
Yeah, another day in Wall Street. How about Bird going public, the scooter company? Like all these, we're gonna play a game where it's like guess the stock price coming up here. But Bird is going public this week, actually with a Dallas-based SPAC, which I found interesting in your guys' neck of the woods.
We don't even have birds here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so weird because we went to Austin like a few weeks ago and they have birds and Lime scooters everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's in Dallas.
Dallas-based SPAC company is taking them public, which I read. Yeah, when I was in Indianapolis, I was even in my suit, like from the wedding to the venue, I was on the Bird. Those things are so fun, but it's like a tourist thing. Well, I guess it's big for college campuses too.
Dude, True. I don't really get a SPAC. Aren't you basically investing in a group of people, and you're basically investing in the people and just trusting that they're going to do well with your money?
Company, the business plan? Yeah. Any SPACs out there want to take us public, that'd be much appreciated. But that's basically it. It's like, hey, we see a company with promise. We have money. We'll acquire and inject you with cash, take you public, more cash flow, and hopefully you could keep building on that.
But they're just risky because you don't really know a lot about it.
Right, exactly. It could be an OPTI, for some guy doesn't have, he's not reporting his shares correctly and it's not succeeding. Who knows?
Right.
Portillo's went public. Guess the stock price.
I mean, it's not, the price could be whatever, but
it depends on how many shares they have.
What's the market cap?
Ooh, I don't have that. The price is $42 in my extensive prep here.
I was just gonna guess 30.
Yeah. Pinterest is $44. It's like, what? People are still using Pinterest? How does that generate revenue? Some of these companies I'm like, what the hell?
It has to. I wonder if is Pinterest like a parent company of other platforms?
Must be. Maybe they had a good user base like that. Maybe their domain is profitable. I don't even know.
Dude, what about I don't know if you have these topics, but I'm just spitballing. What did you hear? FaZe Clan is going public?
Yeah, we were talking about that on crazy. Like they're basically, it's kind of smart, but it's basically betting on a bunch of video gamers to just succeed in these video game tournaments, which are very lucrative.
I think it's not just how well they do. I think it's just like the whole company as a whole.
And the brand, their clicks and engagement.
I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of sponsorships and things like that.
Isn't LeBron James Jr. a part of FaZe Clan?
Yeah.
Like, is he worth more than LeBron? His dad.
I mean, LeBron's got to be close to $1 billion, but
he's got to be over.
LeBron Jr. probably worth more than all three of us combined times 2.
100%. Last one, Red Robin. Guess the stock price. Couldn't believe this company's public.
It's it depends on a lot of $25.
21. 5% today. How about that? Nice day.
Dude, whatever happened with the Dave Portnoy stock?
Buzz, I'm still in it. He never talks about it anymore. It's basically I mean, it's fine. I'm up like 7%, I think, since I jumped in on it like 6 months ago, maybe more. It's basically just monitoring social media and the dollar sign chatter that goes on.
Started at 25, now it's at 27. That's real fun.
You hate that shit.
Let's talk about Facebook changing their stock symbol to MVRS.
Really? I missed that. I saw they changed their name to Meta. I didn't realize they changed their symbol.
Does that abbreviate for Metaverse?
Yeah.
Must be. Yeah.
How sick is that?
Bro.
I would buy it just from the name change.
It's not unlike Elon Musk going from e-commerce to cars to now space travel, where Zuckerberg's like, okay, I'm going from apps to digital universes. Like he said Facebook, the app's going to remain the same, but they're changing the company to Metaverse because that's what, as a company, they want to do now for the future. Here, could you imagine the day when Facebook shuts down? Because it's going to happen. Once their user base runs out, gets too old, and it's not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze, like that's just going to be a headline. It's going to be like a newspaper. It's like Facebook will shut down, I imagine.
I think it's a genius play because now it's like, oh, Metaverse owns all these companies, owns Instagram, WhatsApp, not Facebook,
Instagram,
the old Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw this clip about these crypto nerds talking about what they thought of it. And they were like all pissed off. They're like, you're letting this motherfucker, Mark Zuckerberg, control the Metaverse. It needs to be decentralized and blah, blah, blah. And they were all pissed off.
It's a lot like Ready Player One, where it's like the company, like, is it in bad hands? Like where they're taking over the digital metaverse. Zuckerberg's just a creep. I was watching the video where he announced it, and he just gives me,
he's a robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I saw that as well. I have can us three as a CorTrades podcast look up like some sort of NFT that's going to be cool or useful in the metaverse?
We'll go in on it
and invest in it and just track it over time.
Let's do that. I'm definitely down for that because I've actually got, since this is bi-weekly, of course, because it's like, if we're talking about the same thing every week, I think this is spaced out a good podcast schedule. I've got 2 picks that I just added to my portfolio this week. Yes, I'm old school. I don't know what I'm doing here. I got in on Snapchat, 25 shares at $52. Like, we've talked about this on Winging It, where there's something. Snapchat still has a user base somehow, and it's like growing. And I'm jumping aboard.
Dude, I think Snapchat's my top 2 social medias.
I miss it. I wish it was still like when it was king, even before like stories were possible, because you just had to send all your friends in the contacts your individual snaps from partying.
Everyone stole the story idea from them.
Right.
I have 6 snap streaks going right now.
Yeah, you still always find a way to pull up Snapchat on a daily basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
My second pick, here we go. This one Austin will like. $1.65 GSAT, ticker symbol GSAT. It's like a global navigation company, trading super low right now. I bought 350 shares. There have been rumors for some time that Apple is going to buy this company. I know we've been telling you that about OPTI too, and now look at it. But I'm jumping aboard. I'm taking a flyer.
What is it?
It's like it's based out of. It was one of the first companies to do GPS navigation, and it was like Apple, like in cars, and then Apple kind of took over for their phones, and I think they're just going to kind of eventually just take them over.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I've had it on my watch list for a while. I'm finally jumping in. Companies, my last thing here, again, CorTrades, and we'll get you guys out of here as we got to go record Winging It. This will be posted, thinking probably on a Friday morning, maybe a Thursday night to get things started. But companies you should have in your portfolio. You guys talked about Coinbase. I got way too many shares when I jumped in at the IPO. It was down forever, but like Facebook IPO, it crashes, and now it's back through to its all-time high, making money on that. Apple's only 150. It's because it's been splitting a couple of times. That's a no-brainer. I mean, we get a new iPhone every year. Apple's going to be around for the rest of our lives. And then Roblox, I've talked about too. This is like the future of gaming for kids. Huge user base, growing, only $78. I think it's a good anchor for our portfolio.
Dylan, how many stocks are you in these days?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I do have my update actually, because it's coming up on a year. I think 11 months since I finally like put in a good amount of money. What do I have here? I'm up 22% this year. So I turned 43K into 53K. And I also took $5,000 out and paid for a washer and dryer. Market, baby.
5K for what? Damn.
We went all out.
Do it once. It's a nice washer dryer.
You can find some washer dryers for like a few $100.
Maybe it was like I used like 2,500 for it, but basically 5K for home improvement stuff and the new appliances, which aren't cheap, was one of them. The market's on fire right now. Everything's kind of at all-time high. So life is good. Tread carefully. Don't panic. There's always a retracement and there's always a bounce back. Look at history. But hope you guys enjoyed the reinstallment of CorTrades here with Austin Platts and Brendan Duarte. Talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Appreciate it, fellas.
Glad to be back.